This Zoom replay was originally streamed summer 2020 and is brought to you in part through the generous support of the Tibet House US Menla membership community and Pure Land Farms. Thanks for tuning in.
Doing it. That I think, I remember years ago, Kalu Rinpoche, my wife and I were at a teaching by Kalu Rinpoche, and he did the version of that. And I remember we were displeased about that at the time. But he was right, I think. I think it was good.
Why, if you want to start letting people in, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so Professor Thurman, we're right on time, so I'm going to start letting people in. And we'll give them just a minute to settle in and connect to audio so they can hear you.
Yes. Okay.
They should all be in the screen share so they can all come in and view.
Christiana, I only got in at the end of your thing yesterday, but I did that, you know, rubbing the hands, the face, the neck. That's really so great. It really is great. But it's better standing up. You're quite right, you know.
Yeah.
Much better when you're standing up. And it's a really good one. I like it. And the shaking. Oh, yeah. Old age. You know, there was a joke that I loved years ago in the Johnny Carson show. You're too young. I'm sure you never saw it. And he had a straight man called Ed McMahon. And on one of his shows, you know, it was a late show, he did one of his things where he congratulated a lady in Georgia for living to 104, having her 104th birthday. So then his straight man, Ed McMahon, he said, "Ooh, who would ever want to live to 104? And so Johnny Carson looked very kind of tolerant and patient, and he said, "Ed, someone who was 103. I've always loved that. So, you know, now I'm 80 by Tibetan count, 79 by American count. So I was telling my son, one of my sons who started smoking again, I'm telling him not to smoke again. So I said, well, I'm 80. So you might think at your age, who would want to live to 80? So my answer is, well, someone who's 79, which you will not reach if you keep smoking in your 30s. And then it's harder to quit in your 40s and 50s. Really hard. But I didn't get an inch in that effort. But now I only see myself. Where's everybody else? Been share. Bing, bing.
So we've got about 80 people in the room, and this is run as a webinar. So they'll all see you and hear you and see your screen sharing, but you can't see them.
Okay. I don't see you guys either, but I guess I will later. Actually, Tristiana, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Bob, I'm here.
Oh, good. So I have translated, you know, because I've had this terrible deadline on the Kala Chakra. I didn't finish what I meant to up to the Bardo part. But then I realized that the little Bardo booklet comes directly from this, actually, and is a simplified form. And I have gotten up to the Dream Yoga instruction, you know, and which is so neat, you know, the way that he fits in Dream Yoga, Clear Light Yoga, and even Magic Body Yoga within the second division of the mantra and speech connection, you know, where you're purifying the winds, you know, winds and speech connection, you know, winds and mantra connection. So the way that Yuthok does it is so amazing, you know, and that's why I remember originally I put it as connected earlier to the Dhamma because it's from the same text. But never mind, and we didn't push that. But I'm trying to. I will eventually get to getting this Bardo, and it's you know, this particular thing where Yuthok does the whole perfection stage of Unexcelled Yoga Tantra as a separate thing from the in a Nyingma way, as a separate thing from the Dzogchen. Dzogchen and Dzogchen. It's different, a little different, but that's really interesting, and I'm going to translate it and study it, and I will finish it. Maybe I'll finish it later today. I might, up to where Bardo Dampa, on page 375 of that book that you have. Bardo Dampa, and it's a Nimba now because it fits. He refers back to the dream mixing, merging with the dream, and how when you're practicing dream yoga, you during the daytime, you keep telling yourself, this is all like a dream. I can change what's happening because it's a dream, although you're awake in the daytime, and so this then leads to more lucid waking and lucid dreaming. Really wonderful how he does it. I really like him. That Yuthok. What are his exact dates? I keep forgetting. He's in the 1100s, right?
Yes, 12th century.
1100s?
Yes.
12th century. But does he get into the 1200s? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, there he is.
Do you remember exactly, or we don't know exactly? Sometimes we don't know, Is he one of those guys who lived about over 100 years? Oh, hi, Gela. Yuthok, Gela, good morning. I don't know, maybe he can't hear me yet.
Good morning. Yes, I can.
Oh, good. I was wondering, did Yuthok the younger, did he live more than 100 years?
76.
Only 76, okay.
Yeah, then total remember body.
Yeah, then everywhere,
Yeah. The first one is 125. Second one.
The elder one, okay.
Yeah, elder one. Younger one is 76.
Is he supposed to be the incarnation of the elder one or a different incarnation?
Yes,
so he keeps incarnating. Okay, right. And then they never die. I know that's the thing. Nobody tells that because then people wouldn't want to be Buddhas if they felt they had to live forever. Keep on working, helping beings. That's what they say. Oh, you'll be Buddha, then you're free from everything. And they never tell them that then you'll be working with your freedom. Okay, so is everybody there, Wyatt?
Yeah, so we have about 89 people in the room, so they'll keep joining as we go along, but we've got most of them.
Gela, with your permission, I would like to begin with taking refuge in the Bardo, little Bardo book, with everyone doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
You have this booklet, right?
Yes, this one.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Which actually, that comes from the same page 371, right? In the book, in the Tibetan book.
Yes.
It's from the same there. I'm translating all the dream yoga, clear light yoga, and magic body yoga that come in before that. I have translated up to clear light yoga. I did all the dream yoga, but then I have a deadline on the Kala Chakra. It's already translated Yishi Liu. So I've been very busy trying to finish that. It's 500 pages. I'm in the last 100 pages. I have to it's a deadline. Then I will finish this thing from the Yuthok. I love Yuthok. He's just the greatest. This is a dream, so we can change all the elements and see it as the 5 colors, and it's wonderful. Really great. Instead of making it something remote, later we'll get around to doing it. He makes it immediate, and I love that. Okay, so is everybody on? Are we starting officially? Wyatt?
Yeah, you can begin whenever you would like.
Okay. So hello, everybody. Good morning. We're here. Genla is here. Christiana is here. And all of you are here. And today, because we're going to do Bardo Yoga, special blessing and special Yuthok thing, we want to begin with the way that we take refuge. And I just want to emphasize, you don't have to be Buddhist to take refuge. You can always be a refugee, whatever you happen to be. And reality is happy for you to have refuge. Whenever you want to realize that reality loves you, reality is good, then you can take refuge in reality, which is the highest meaning of the word dharma. Okay? So if you're not a Buddhist, you don't feel nervous about taking refuge. You can have extra other refuges for other purposes. This particular refuge has to do with the refuge of reality. And Buddha is the realist who understood what is reality and told us about it. And the Sangha are people who are trying to have refuge in reality and want to be realistic, that means, and not live in some fantasy world, unrealistic, ignorance created fantasy world. So a delusive world, okay? So don't worry about that and enjoy refuge, okay? And read out loud, repeating call and response after me, okay? The way it is in the little booklet on page 1. And I'm going to screen share in case you didn't get that booted up. Hold on. I have a way of screen sharing.
Do you know how to do that now?
I believe there it is, okay? I hope everybody sees that. I hope I did it right. Okay?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And you say, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Through my merit of generosity and so on. Through my merit of generosity and so on. May I attain Buddhahood enlightenment for the good of all sentient beings. Again. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Till enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Through the merit of generosity and listening to this class, practicing this class, may I attain Buddhahood for the good of all sentient beings. May I attain Buddhahood for the good of all sentient beings. Last time. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Through my merit of generosity and study. My merit of generosity and study. May we attain Buddhahood for the good of all sentient beings. May we attain Buddhahood for the good of all sentient beings. Okay, great. Then, here's the Bardo. But anyway, I don't need to share that because you should all have it. And anyway, Genla is going to teach this morning when he wants to. And so I can stop screen sharing for the moment. I'm so happy I can screen share now. Genla, I can also screen share. I'll show you. I can screen share this one whenever you like. There you go.
Oh, wow. This is great. Yeah. This is Rulu Rulu Hunjo Hun.
Yeah, Rulu. That's on the left. Yeah, Rulu Hunjo Hun.
Okay, that's very good. Can you stay on that?
Yes, I will. Sure.
So in our book, we have this one. Do you see this one?
Yes.
In our book, we have this image here.
Yes. Okay. You want me to go to that one? Now?
I think everybody has it, no?
Okay. So you just tell me what you want me to share. I can share that too.
Okay, then maybe first you share this one, and then we can go to this image. Wow.
Okay. I will do that.
You're a high tech now.
I am practicing.
Yeah.
Okay, now here it is. Yuthok. Okay, now I go scroll down to that one. This one? No, next one.
Yes, this one, yes.
This one, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So everyone, I think yesterday I showed you the 5 chakras, and okay, so in our body we have 3 channels like this: central channel, right channel, and left channel, and then we have 5 chakras like this.
Okay.
5 chakras like this. And later I think I will explain a little bit about 5 chakras, and then we have a very classical 5 chakra.
Yes, I have that. I could cue that up, but it would take me a bit.
Head chakra, throat chakra, heart, navel, and genital. So there are 5 chakras.
Right.
Okay, 5 chakras. So head chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, navel chakra, and genital chakra, 5 of them.
Yes.
And so normally we know in Indian tradition there are 7. Kala chakra they talk 6. And then basically in Tibetan tradition we talk 4 or 5. And some people saying they can't see. And so 5 chakras. And the reason of 5 chakras, because of 5 elements, okay? Because we are created by 5 elements. So we are creation of 5 elements. That's why many things, we have 5 fingers, 5 toes, 5 limbs, 2 arms and 2 legs and head, 5 sensorial organs. They can't see me? Okay. Never mind. I will share later. So then in the Yuthok, when he explains about enlightenment, he talks about 8 chakras, okay? So that's why chakras number can be changed, so not so important. And here, so everybody see the screen. According to Bardo tradition, and these 3 chakras are important. So head chakra, you see, the many dots or spheres in the head, this is the head chakra. And then in the neck, you see the neck chakra, and there are 5. And then here we see the heart chakra. Okay, heart chakra. So that's why in the Bardo, when we study about Bardo, or according to Tibetan Book of Dead, and 3 chakras are very important. So we are not saying there are only 3 chakras, but there are many chakras. Other chakras are not important. It's because we are talking about the process of death and dying and after death. So in this case, we don't need to, focus much on the navel chakra and genital chakra, okay? Because navel chakra and genital chakras are used for other kind of practices, when we do karma mudra, and then we need those chakras. But when we talk about the death, what we need to talk about head, throat, and heart, 3 chakras. And something very interesting, according to emergency medicine, if we check if somebody is still alive or dead, so we check the heart, if heart is beating or not. And when we need to check the breathing, if patient is breathing or not. And then the last one is the brain. So we check if patient has brain function or not, right?
Right.
So brain function or not. If there is no brain function, then if brain is dead, and then that's considered a clinical death. So it's very interesting. Medical, emergency medical, we need to check the heartbeat and the breathing and brain function. So those 3 vital things are connected with our 3 upper chakras, or first 3 chakras. And in Bardo, we are talking about these 3 chakras. And then, so here there is the heart chakra, you see, in the center is blue, and then white, and yellow, red, and green. So it's like this, vertical, but we should see in a horizontal like this, okay? So when we design this, I thought like this, the vertical, it's easy to see. But when we visualize that one, it should be horizontal, okay? So like this, the light spheres, they should go like this, and then we see in a, like a flower, and then inside of the flower, there are the lights and deities. The same way in the throat chakra, it's called the Rinzin, Vidya, the like Vidya Dara or Vidya Devas, and then the head is the restful deities. Again here, it seems, from the head to our face is like this. The lights are coming down vertically, but this light should be horizontal. Okay, horizontal. So we can go from the third eye and inside of the brain, and then instead of imagining we have the brain, now we have to visualize the chakra system. And then all these lights, there are many dots, and all these little dots are manifesting like deities. So now we see the head. Everybody see the head chakra, right? Head chakra. The central one is kind of like dark red, and then dark, and yellow, green, blue, like this, and then there are many dots. So let's say, okay, let's put this way. When we hit our head, like boom, like this, we see some stars, right? So the stars, they have colors like this. And then if you press your eyeballs, also we see different lights. Those are very similar, these lights. And that same way, if we stay in the dark very long, Sometimes it takes 12 hours, sometimes 24 hours, and sometimes even more. And then so we can have some light experiences, you know. There's no light at all, but we can see some lights and some light experiences. So in the beginning, they are very similar like these lights. So we call it a tile. Tile is like light spheres, okay? They can be, you know, different forms, different size, and sometimes can be like just white, very strong white, or sometimes mixed with colors and these things. So anyway, we know that we can experience this kind of lights time to time. Like yesterday, we talked about the psychedelic trips, and also people are experiencing lights and so on. And also near-death experiences. Near-death experiences when people the experience traveling through tunnels. You know, many people are talking about tunnels. So tunnels are the channels, the central channel or right channel or left channel. And if they see the tunnels are white color, it can be more left channel. Red color is the right side, and then the blue and the dark channel, it can be the central one. And then they can have light experiences. Okay, light experiences. So, and also the psychedelic substances, when we take them, and when we have the experiences, light experiences, somehow is not these substances are giving us the light experiences. You know, they are like stimulants. You know, they stimulate our neurons, or they stimulate our channels. And then so once our channels are stimulated, and then like we see our own energy. Okay, I think that is very, very important. We have to know that we can, with these substances, we can see our own energies. And that energy is called the lungsem yermel, and that energy is inseparable from the consciousness. So that's why in the dream, if you see a tree, you know, you are seeing a tree. So that moment, actually, you are seeing a tree, and also you are hallucinating a tree, right? So the tree is green, or, you know, with flowers, with fruit, it doesn't matter. So it's 100% our own mental projection. And so that tree, the green tree or red tree, whatever, that tree has a color, that tree has a form, and that tree is existing for us, and we can see that. And actually, that is our energy, and that is also our consciousness, our mind. So, there's no separation between energy and consciousness. I think this part is very, very important. You know, normally when we say energy, it's energy. Okay, yes, waves, vibrations, this and that, you know. But I think for us, it's very important to know that energy is inseparable from the consciousness. And so that's why sometimes we are talking like this. Maybe Professor can talk a little bit about this quantum energy field. So I'm very bad for these things, but I try to understand a little bit. So for me, those are all lung energy, you know. And this lung energy is not just a dead energy, or just the energy, some vibrations or some waves. And those are energy with consciousness. That's why these energies can have different dimensions, different functions, and simultaneously, you know. So this is the reason why in Tibetan tradition, you know, we talk like three, amazing, powerful things. You know, the three things that their powers are beyond of our imagination: the power of mind, power of mantra, and power of contemplation. You know, power of contemplation. But that part also we can consider as a power of mind. So that's why. So here we have these lights. Actually, those lights, if you ask me what are those lights, I tell you those are our energy. What kind of energy? These are extremely subtle energies that is also same as mind, you know, our consciousness. And then that's why when we have these Bardo visions, and those Bardo visions are, we are seeing our own mind. And this is the reason when we guide somebody in Bardo, we just tell them, don't get scared and don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
You see the light and dissolve in the light, and this is yourself. It's part of yourself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
split yourself. Don't divide yourself. You have to unify. You know, you have to emerge yourself, you know, make one
Mhm.
big piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's called liberation, right? So,
Mhm.
okay, maybe if that part is not so clear, later we will go more deeper with Professor.
Mhm.
In any
Mhm.
case, everybody look at this, his face or his head. So now we see the mandala. This is the mandala like this. Actually, that is like mandala like this. You guys see me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is like mandala like this, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mandala is on the face. But I was saying the mandala should be like this, vertical. It should be like horizontal, not vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Here in our face, we see like this, vertical, but in reality should be horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
And then the horizontal, we have the lights, 3D, three-dimensional light spheres. So
Mm-hmm.
in the Bardo, the moment of Bardo, and then they will actually manifest as living deities or living Buddhas. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that ones are called 58 restful deities. So now we can look at the other image, the Yuthok.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'll put that up.
Everybody look at that head, the head chakra. There are many dots.
Okay. The fierce one here on the left.
Now we see the only peaceful one.
Oh, you only peaceful one? Oh. You don't see the fierce one? I see that on the left of my screen. It should be on the left. Hold on. You don't see the fierce one?
No. The first image.
Huh. I see two images. You don't see both images, peaceful and fierce?
Professor Thurman, you're zoomed in. If you keep scrolling it over, we'll get to the wrathful deity.
Scrolling over this way? What do you mean?
Yeah, you have it there within the web browser itself. Wherever that image is, you were just touching it.
You want me to move it over like that? Do you see it now?
Above the image itself, you can use the zoom in and zoom out. There's an icon for the magnifying glass. There you go, up to the left. That should give you some options.
That's the painting. So everyone see that? I can put it next to the dotted thing, actually, like that. Do you see them both?
The issue is that you're zoomed up, that we can only see 3 of the deities right now.
Yeah, but you see the main deity there, right?
We cannot.
You cannot?
We cannot.
Huh. Oh, it's got some weird. Okay, wait, I'll quit again. And share screen. And I'll just pick this one. And
Yes.
There
you go.
Here you go. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You did it.
Yes, thank you. All right.
Okay, so you see, in that head chakra, we saw these spheres, the circles. And then, so these little, the dots, like you see the blue ones and green ones and the yellow ones, the red ones.
Yes.
So these ones actually like the light balls, okay, light spheres. And kind of when we enter in these light spheres, and then they become like deities.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So it's a kind of, in the beginning, it's like an energy, like the bubbles, right? Many bubbles.
Uh-huh.
So those are all our energy, under our, conscious energy bubbles. And then somehow we start to hallucinate, and we think that everything exists, externally, something beside ourselves. But then in the Bardo text, it says, if you are able to enter in these light spheres, or sometimes light spheres kind of breaking out and they're coming out, and then those very powerful deities, okay? It's very powerful deities. So we have this red one, and then blue one, and then yellow one, and then a dark red one, and the green one. So normally these 5 basic ones, they are representing the 5 elements again.
Mm-hmm.
So actually we can imagine, like also in the brain, we have 5 types of brain waves, and then we have 100 billion neurons, right? 100 billion neurons. And then in the brain, we have electric waves, right? Scientifically it says if they take our brain light, the electric energy, we can actually light a little, the little light like this, So actually they can measure this kind of electric light and so on. So now we are not talking about this physical level. So we have to think of a very, very subtle and extreme subtle level. And these lights are, like Professor was saying, kind of twilight, light without shadows.
Right.
These lights can manifest in a very, very, very powerful one. So that's why it say in the text says the lights are terrifying. It's really, really scary, like the lights are kind of really shining and so powerful. And then it's not only the lights, those lights has sounds, like the Big Bang, like boom, and then light. And then maybe, of course, I think ancient time, maybe they think, oh, maybe it's a lightning, this and that. And today, in our time, I'm sure everybody is in the Bardo, all educated people, they think it's a, atomic bomb. Maybe they think, oh, it's a Russian atomic bomb, oh, American one, North Korean one. And then, of course, the sound is so big and the light is so powerful, luminous, and, like kind of pervasive. And then we get scared and we run, So then it's like in the dream, somebody is chasing after us. We try to escape. We run and run. We never get rid of them because that's like, it's similar, like we are running from our shadow, right? We want escape from our own mind. It's something impossible. So that's why in Bardo says liberation, we have to guide those people to saying, don't worry, whatever light you see, especially those scary ones, terrifying ones, and also the sounds, they are our own nature, our own energy, our own mind, and we are kind of helping them, guiding them to dissolve inside. Okay? So anyway, also all people, please, you guys, it's good you have these images. It is scary, okay? It is scary. If you say, oh, it looks like a demonic, it is demonic. But those scary images, the demonic images are inside of us, it's not outside. We have to know that. Do you understand? When we have a fear, we say, oh, I'm scared of demons. But maybe demon is not that bad and negative, but the fear is so bad and so negative. You understand? So the fear itself is the demon, You have fear of demonic forces, but fear itself is demonic force. So if you see the nature of that fear, it's a bliss, it's liberation. But once you don't not see, you can't see the nature of that fear, then it has, negative, it's kind of destructive, Okay, so actually, His Holiness Dalai Lama, he often talks about these 2 human emotions, positive and negative. One is constructive, one is destructive. And so all these images, our own energy, when we see them, and our reaction can be constructive or destructive. So once we have the negative emotion, then it's destructive, And so we destroy ourselves, self-destruction, right? And the same way, and the constructive part, and we get liberation. And that liberation is called self-liberation. Okay? So, I think that part is very important. You can also imagine those are the images and colors that we have in our brain. Okay? We call it the lepa tungkang. Lepa means how do you say? Lepa means the brain. Tungkang means the the palace, the couple,
Yes.
of white conch. Okay,
Uh-huh.
the couple of white conch.
Oh, Dungkang, conch house, conch mansion.
Conch house, yeah.
Dungkang.
Lepa means brain. Actually,
Lepe
brain,
Dungkang.
brain is a conch house. So it means if you enter the dimension of the brain, actually brain is a giant space. And this space is made of like a couple, made of white conch. So white conch is symbolizing, it's a very shiny and very bright light. So therefore, if you see the dimension of the brain, and our brain is full of images, our brain is full of colors and full of forms. Okay, and those forms are emptiness, and emptiness are form. So once you dive inside of the brain, it's very interesting. When we go out of the brain, everything is very boring. So that's why it's very interesting. And Bardo, we are still talking about, now we are alive. So we talk about brain function and all those images in our brain. But then if you say, okay, what happens? We are clinically dead. There's no brain function anymore. And then this energy and consciousness, they can still stay or they remain in the subtle dimension.
That's wonderful.
Give us more opportunity to get closer the real nature of ourselves.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Now, Professor, you can say something about this.
Okay, you made me think of something really interesting, Gela. One physicist recently.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Everybody see that? Yes, this one. This one is us, and then this one once we are dead, and then is becoming this one, the one in the screen.
Yes. So what is making me think?
I think we need to make a digital artwork,
Yes.
Earth is this one, and then we click, and then we enter that dimension.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes, please, Professor, yes.
Let me just say, just very quickly, Gela, because I want you to continue, but what is interesting, you mentioned the quantum field, but to see, the thing is that the modern people are desperate to keep particles involved, atoms, and physical substances. So they talk about quantum, which means a quantity. But actually, this super subtle energy is subquantum field. It is deeper and more subtle than the particle field. And it made me remember that, and so all these 58 deities here are similar to the instincts, the Rangshin Tokpa, Rangshin Tokpa, that you have in the three lights, the white, red, and black lights of those three states, three wisdoms, just before on the surface of clear light, you could say. And which is subquantum. There's no particle there, no atom. It's pure energy, which is pure mind. But it's more powerful than any movement of particles is the thing. So what these deities are a way of transforming the instincts which are defending, which are fear. That's the fear thing, like Freud discovered the unconscious, in a modern way. Of course, Buddha discovered long ago, but Freud discovered it in a modern way. And he said he called it the id, which means primal ferocity and primal lust, seeking, sexual pleasure or murderous ferocity. And that's because at the fear level of the particles, the human being is not open to the energy of reality, and they're afraid of it. So then they create all this thing of, and they don't feel well, and but yet they want to defend themselves, and also they greedily want more. So what these deities are this mother energy of clear light, as you said, Yala, transparently, the light that is no shadow. They are clothing, they are forming these these fear energies into love energies, and in order that we can discover that what we really are is a full-scale loving being. And even when when something is a fear, we make fear afraid of itself, so to speak, and that way it becomes love and openness. So the deities are this marvelous way of confronting the unconscious and turning the primal ferocity and lust into openness, love, and bodhicitta, and mahasukha, and bliss, and therefore no need of anything else, completely. And that's why the male and female elements are always in union, because there's no need of anything complementary, because it's perfect. Each subquantum energy is perfect in itself. And these are inviting us, therefore, to the deeper reality where everything is perfect, rather than we guarding ourselves, because we fear the demonic being outside of us, instead of turning that energy into something positive. It is just so fabulously marvelous, and underlying and in order to be able to take advantage of it, we have to keep working on this idea of Samantabhadra, your Nyingma thing, the great Nyingma way of saying that the void as an object is the mother, and the luminous, it's like mother's milk, is the void. It's just everything you could ever hope to want, but it doesn't impose itself on you. You have to request it. And the father is the sort of what was afraid of it, but is just satisfied by the union with the mother, is the open consciousness, is the wisdom consciousness. So therefore you can look into the depth of reality, and even if you see it as something seductive or as something terrifying, as long as you're open to it, it will embrace you lovingly, and you'll be in the Buddha land, you'll be in a pure land, and you'll realize that you're already in a pure land is the key point. So it fits. And what it made me think of it was, what you made me think of, Gerla, so brilliantly, is I had this physicist. He was answering the question about the particles of light, so-called photons, in their theory, their materialist theory of Einstein's relativity. And the photon is moving at the speed of light because it is light. And then it hits, which is the absolute, nothing can go faster, supposedly, because faster than light would be the mass of the particle would be infinite. That's why Einstein's 186,000 miles per second is the border of his supposed not quite complete relativity. And if someone asks, well, it's going that way, it hits a mirror and it bounces back at the same speed. What was the energy that turned it back? How can it turn? It hits a silver surface? How can that be? It's going at near infinite speed and bounces back. And the physicist answers that saying, well, you got us there. Actually, there is no such thing as a particle of light. A photon is only a concept that we have to try to understand the way light works, and et cetera, and to keep it as a material object, because they're afraid of having a mind, you see. They're afraid of the subquantum field. And when they rejected it, when it was presented to them in Copenhagen in 1926, that there was a point past which there was no particle to grasp. But that was the powerful reality point, and they couldn't grasp it, but they could work on its surface, so it would be okay. They shouldn't be afraid of it, and they were afraid of it, and they all ran away, starting with Einstein. So they admitted that the idea of a particle of light is a fake idea, and that light actually is the boundary between particle matter and mind. And the mind is really the light. It's the light energy. And it's every kind of light, including that transparent light that is completely inviting and embraces us, because we're made of it, But we don't see it because it's transparent. And the eye is made of it. So that's really, it's so fabulous, Kela. It really is. And as you know, as you say, we only got to the second day, beginning of the second day last night. Because we didn't have time, but we'll go further. And this is like the 8th day when when you have not responded to the more inviting, the male, female, peaceful, or I call them gentle, the gentle deities. I never like to say peaceful and wrathful. I say gentle and fierce, or gentle and ferocious. It's because they're not angry. There's no anger in that deity there. He's showing the demonic form, but in a loving way, not an angry way. So he's just fierce looking to make the angry, to get the anger to transform into energy, positive energy. That's why he looks fierce. So I love it, again, thank you so much. Please continue.
Can we see the other one now, the peaceful one?
Okay. I will try. I have to leave.
This is gentle.
And then I have to hit share. And then I have to come to the peaceful one. Oh, no. Sorry. Come back. I'll do it. And then share. And then choose that one. And then hit share. No, it's stuck. Oh, because I stuck it on top. That's why. Okay, wait. I'm leaving. Let me move it. Okay, now I'll leave. Share. And now pick this one. Okay, and then I think this should work. Yeah, there it is. You see it? And I can make it smaller.
Smaller, yeah. Can you make it smaller?
Yes. There. You see it now?
Yeah. Smaller.
Smaller?
Okay, perfect, yeah. Yes, perfect. Yes.
So that, like the other one is anger transformed into creative subquantum energy. This one is desire transformed into love, into altruistic love, not hedonistic, egocentric desire, but altruistic love. Transforming greed into bliss, in other words, which is altruistic. Bliss just wants to expand and share itself. So this is the subquantum field of the mother and the lover. Mother as the lover. So it's the subquantum field of the great bliss, orgasmic bliss. Woo! And this one up top, you see I'm putting my little cursor up there. That one, the blue and the white together, the dark blue, almost black, and white together, that is Samantabhadra and Samantabhadri, the male and female total goodness. So that's the Buddha form of ultimate reality, shown as, because a Buddhist expects to see it in that Buddha form, male and female Buddha, right? Of Samanta means all around, and Bhadra means good, all around good. So goody, as they say. That's the Buddha up there, And then these are all Buddhas. This is the Buddha, and the 5 Buddhas are around, they're in a row here, there they are. And then this is central one. That's Vairochana on the first day, I believe.
Yeah, so this is the head, the heart chakra.
Yes.
So starting from the heart chakra. And
yes.
then, when we have the heart chakra again, so in the beginning we see like the light balls, dots, and
yes.
Then they should be like this, more like horizontal, and then they can manifest, like the Buddhas here.
Yes.
And then, every day, like Buddhas, each Buddha is manifesting, and that's also because of elements and so on.
Yes.
And so that's why it's very interesting. Yeah. So these 3 chakras are important, but in the 3, mostly heart and the head, heart and the head. So the throat is the connection. So here we have the peaceful deities or the gentle deities, and here we have the fearful deities.
Right.
So all together. So in this little booklet, there's the day 1, day 1, day 2, all the names, and what are their attributes and everything written in a kind of clear way. in a very simple way. In this my text, I have the list. So if you want to read the more details, you have to read the professor's translation.
Yes. Also here, I think this one, and this one, and this one, and this one are the other 4 deities in the heart chakra around. I think. I look at these ones. That's the green one in the north, and that's a blue one in the east, I think. And then there's a yellow one. He doesn't look that yellow, but that's really a yellow one and a white one in the west. I have something like that, I think. And then these 6 Buddhas here, 3 on each side, are the Buddhas for the different kinds of animals. And this is for the gods and the titans and the humans and the underworld deities, and then these 2 will go to the hells and the pretas. And so they know it's like they've got the whole universe covered, you could say, from your heart chakra. And then when you meditate this, what Genla's, the blessing he gives, is that you yourself are this Buddha in your own heart. And when you die, you see, then the book of natural liberation introduces and guides you to see your own heart already as a Buddha, as a clear light. So you're not afraid of anything, you see. But because you feel separated by your habit, because you're identifying with your old body, coarse body that you had when you were just alive, and you then see this as a really bright light a bright blue light coming out of his heart, this dark blue light, and then it frightens you. It's because it's dazzling. But it only is dazzling because you're afraid to really go into the depth of your own heart, because you're scared what you might find there. But actually, this is showing you that you find love and bliss in the center of your own heart. So this is even before you get involved in the issue of like soul ejection, where you shoot out to go into a pure land, or you go to a better embodiment in the becoming Bardo, or the existence between. So this is what Genla's introduction is to us, is to imagine that microscopic, sub-quantum, pure energy at the center of your own heart, but hovering there, because it's not really trapped there, because it's not material, but nevertheless, you can think of it as microscopically there. It is your own Buddha. That's your Buddha nature. Clear light, awareness, bliss. Okay, I'm sorry, is that right?
Yes. So
Okay.
yeah, with these images, we will do the meditation later with these images. I think it's very good, very nice. And also when we talk about the mantra, the meaning of mantra, Om Ahum, it's our body, speech, mind, like 3 chakras.
Mm-hmm.
But when we say Om Ahum, they are already the state of Buddha's body, Buddha's speech, and Buddha mind, Om Ahum.
Mm-hmm.
And then bodhicitta is enlighten the mind. And bodhicitta also the substances of joy and love, So that's why the Samandabhadra, the blue one and white one, and here the Buddha, the male and female union, the one. So that's the bodhicitta, white and red bodhicitta, solar and lunar energy. Mm-hmm. And the pristine, pristine male and female energy. So which means even we are male, we have both of them. Even females, we have both of them. And that's called the bodhicitta, inseparable. Mm-hmm. And so if we don't see that nature, then that nature is covered, Then maybe we experience as a ordinary love or conditional love and last desire and so on. But if we see the true nature, and then it's unconditional love, And then that one also, representing the Buddha nature. But then if we say, so what kind of Buddha nature it is, the bodhicitta, enlighten the mind, then Mahasukha. So Mahasukha is the experience. So like the characteristic, right? Bodhicitta, physical level is like our happy hormones, let's say, our positive and happy hormones, and then energy level we have energy drops, and then when we talk, it's when it's free from substances, or when it's free from particles, and then there's a pure, it is the pure dimension of how do you say, mind and energy, then it's a pure love, so that is beyond of any conditions. So that's a bodhicitta. But then what is actually, it is nature, and nature is mahasukha. So mahasukha means the great bliss. Okay, so the reason why we say maha is great, because also it's a beyond of conditions, unconditional great bliss, or unconditional orgasmic experiences, right? So that's the nature of bodhicitta. And then when you put the nature of nature, okay, unconditioned great bliss within like a unconditional love. So once you put in this like space and time all together, then it's called the jhana dhatu. So the dimension of like pristine wisdom, or jhana, or how do you translate jhana?
Jhana, I translate it as intuitive wisdom or intuition, actually. With meaning immediate knowing by being what you know, not some sort of conceptual knowing.
Exactly. So free from conception, right?
Yes. Intuitive.
So, intuitive. Also free from the conditions. So that's why, it's like, how do you say, our body and speech mind, once it's enlightened, or it's the original nature is bodhicitta, enlighten the mind. Enlightened mind means like unconditional love, but that unconditional love is manifesting as unconditional great bliss. And then that great bliss is in the dimension of this intuitive wisdom. So that's actually the mantra, So if you recite that mantra, and then you think of the union, the Buddhas, all this union, the Buddhas, and then you try to understand the mantra or feel the mantra, actually it makes perfect sense,
It does,
and
really.
Jhana dhatu it means like is, transcendental, is it transcends space and time. And so that's the peaceful deity's mantra. And then the next one, Om Rulu Rulu Hung Jo Hung, that's the next one, the fierceful Buddhas. So all together when we yesterday somebody was asking why we should recite this mantra. Is the mantra of 100 deities, the peaceful ones and wrathful ones.
Wow.
And then when we recite this mantra, and the fierceful deities in the head, and then we just recite this mantra, and we try to go in trance with this mantra. Trance, trance and enlighten the mind, in unconditional love, unconditional great bliss, and intuitive wisdom, or enlightened wisdom, and expansion, everything. But when we recite the mantra, you think of the meaning of mantra, when you can really experience that, and then of course we are helping all sentient beings, and especially those who are running in the Bardo, get lost and so on. So we can influence them, we can help them, our light touches on them, like from light, one candle to next candle, So it's not like we have to burn the other one. We just help it, the light goes closer and the candle burns by itself. So that's why all sentient beings will reach this self-liberation, like a chain reaction. Okay, so that's why that mantra's meaning. And if you put images and images in different chakras, and then think of the meaning of mantra, then you get a kind of like a complete, how do you say, complete basic idea of Bardo Tutul, liberation by hearing. Can you explain a little bit more, please, Professor?
Okay.
It's not basic things. Maybe you can put that in a better English.
No, you did it beautifully, Genlo. That's a real blessing. It really is the real blessing, And as I say, as I endlessly say, it is really the work of overcoming our ingrained and conditioned fear of reality that the Mara, you know, the demons convince us in order to control us. That, you know, so then we need them. We think they make us think to protect us, because reality is not nice. So therefore, we need someone to protect us, like someone else, you know. Meanwhile, we are reality, and so we are free actually. And then if we have no fear, if we overcome this kind of deepest, you know, cosmic fear, then we will still use fear. And there's one thing that I thought of yesterday, Kenla, when I was talking to I forgot when, but you know, the ah is the long ah, you know. The Sanskrit is such a brilliant mantric language that you know, there's a short and a long ah. And the is the most important sound because it's the primal vowel. And the vowel is what gives life to consonants. You know, I remember when I was young, 20 years old, and I discovered Tibetan and Sanskrit, which Tibetan is a complete partner of Buddhist Sanskrit, you know, the enlightened Sanskrit. It's a total partner of that. The two are completely interconnected, you know. And because the great Indian masters escaped from the destruction of India by various demonic forces, by invaders, you know, militaristic invaders, and they saved their treasures in Tibet, you know, and the Tibetans were transformed by them and also transformed them into more and more useful things in their own amazingly talented way. And but anyway, the short one gives life to the universe, and even the ordinary Indians, the Vedic Indians, they knew that was the reality of creation, because when I was young and I discovered that K, we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G in English, you know, mindlessly reciting by memory, some higgledy-piggledy organization of sounds. But take B, you know, B, the consonant, is silent. You can't pronounce B by putting your lips together, where you explode. The E departs from the B position. So a consonant is only a position of the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the lips, you know, from which the sound goes, which is the vowel. So B is the I is what gives life to the B. All you can do is, you can't say B without a vowel. And the primal vowel is the B. You know, so that's why it is the first letter, even in the disorganized alphabet. It's the first letter, it's because it gives life to all language, and language gives life to the universe, actually, the delusional universe. So the first is the of creation, but the second is where has a meaning of negation. Like you say, anitya means impermanent, non-nitya, nitya means permanent, and anitya is impermanent. Anatma, you know, non-self. You know, in English even, amoral, aniconic, you know, the is a negation. So this is the wonderful thing about emptiness, which is the mother clear light, you see, emptiness really is. So it is both the source of all life, the short and also it's the negation where we transform life, which we don't destroy it because you can't. Because it's still there, the So you duplicate the and you have destruction and creation. You have life and death together. And what that is the intuition realm, the jnana dhatu, the realm of the intuition that knows that we are clear light, jnana dhatu. So this great bliss feeling is the knowing of the clear light, you see. Knowing that we are ultimate reality and we're completely safe and secure. And that's why it's long you know. So after reciting the mantra of, you know, Om Ahum, which is just body, speech, and mind is in us and with us and all around us, and then Bodhicitta is what we're, you know, what's moving us. Mahasukha is how we feel, and Jnana Dhatu is our affirmation of what we are. And when we are that, all we can do is, ah. So, and it has to be a long ah, because it has both life and death in it. So no longer are we clinging to a life that is afraid of death. And no longer are we thinking there is a death state that we could be stuck in. Because death supports life. It's the openness for life. Actually, for the transcendence and the lovingness and the blissfulness of life. So it's amazing, actually. The ah, the long ah. So the fact of it being long is significant, So Om Ahum Bodhicitta Mahatsuka Jnanadatu ah. And then just to corroborate and to back it up, Om Rulu Hum Byo Hum, and Hum Byo Hum, and Hum is the one where it resonates to your heart, and where the exhalation comes from in another practice that is very important, because it means that you're free to exhale because you have the faith that you can inhale afterwards, so it doesn't worry you. So the Hum is the emanation, is the ultimate reality, the Dharmakaya, and the Ah is the bliss reality, and the Om is the embodiment reality, the enjoying matter, because it isn't that particles are bad and that matter is bad. Matter is wonderful. Matter is what enables us to shake hands with each other, to give each other a hug. Matter is wonderful. But if when it's wielded by fear and anger and greed, then it turned destructive. Then those are the energies short of the reality energies. Those are the ignorance-driven energies that make matter seem bad. So the ultimate ignorance-driven energy is so interesting. This is the place from which the turnaround really comes. Because the ultimate ignorance-driven energy is, of course, the nuclear explosion, the hydrogen bomb, or the fission bomb, the atomic bomb. Those are where that's at the boundary between matter and mind. You see, the loving, wise, knowing mind is this at that very, very boundary. Then the demonic force of anger and hatred can be so destructive of put matter into destroying itself, basically, and did you ever wonder that the chain reaction of a nuclear fission, where does that totally destructive, self-destructive energy come from? Well, it comes from the subparticulate, subatomic level, distorted by being forced to try to be atomic, you see. To only be atomic and not allow the subatomic to live, not allow the pure energy to live. So it's really bad, That's truly the mushroom cloud is truly bad news. But it hit the unconscious mind, I believe, of everybody on the planet actually who saw it, to realize that the materialistic drive for domination and colonialism and exploitation and murder and so forth was self-destructive, and therefore is no longer a path to continue. And it is from that we are making the turn that we're painfully making right now. We're in the thick of. So it's very amazing that we have such angels, wonderful people like the Tibetan people, like Yuthok Yanden Gombo, the great Yuthok, and the great Dr. Nida, helping us, introducing this to us. Rula rula hum byo hum. Om rula rula hum byo hum. Om rula rula hum byo hum. That's the throat chakra, the fierce, and the brain chakra.
Mm-hmm. Should we? Thank you, Professor. Should we meditate a little bit?
Yes, good idea.
Okay. All right. Everybody needs some time for some 5 to 10 minutes for pee and poop.
Oh yes, free pee zone. We declare the free pee zone.
But maybe we make a pee break for 10 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah, because when you are meditating and holding your pee and the gas, actually not so smart,
right?
Okay, let's come back in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, and then I will guide you a very, how do you say,
Thank you. Wonderful.
very simple meditation about Bardo. Okay.
Okay.
See you in 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm here.
Hello, Professor Thurman. Welcome back. Dr.
Okay.
Nita looks like he's still away from his camera, but he should be back momentarily.
Okay. Here we are.
Welcome back, Professor Thurman. I think most
Hi.
everybody has returned, but Dr. Nita is still away from the camera. So
Okay, let me
if
back.
you wanted to start, go ahead.
Today is Gesar's birthday. We should all sing happy birthday to Gesar. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gesar. Happy birthday to you. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. I don't know Italian. Do you know happy birthday in Italian, Wyatt? Feliz.
I do not, but I can find it.
I know. Yeah, can you find? I know it in Spanish, but not Italian.
Oh, very similar to Spanish. Buon cumpleaños.
A buon cumpleaños, just like Spanish. Okay. Buon cumpleaños a ti. Buon cumpleaños a ti. Buon cumpleaños, cara Gesar. Buon cumpleaños a ti. Oh, it's not there yet. It's not playing there. They don't hear it anyway. I have to wish him happy birthday. I forgot until just now. I have a granddaughter here, so it made me think of it. Not her birthday, though. God, what's in my hair? Okay. So again, Laura. Happy birthday to Gesar. Happy birthday to Gesar. Happy birthday, dear Gesar. Happy birthday to Gesar. And many more. Buon compleanno. That's what they say in Italiano, no? Buon compleanno. Wyatt tells me. Buon compleanno. Huh?
I'll call him later.
Okay.
Okay, so our meditation. Okay, so everyone, this is our first meditation. So
Okay.
we call it Lucha Tungra. Visualize your body as a hologram.
Okay.
So everyone visualize your body as a hologram. So this hologram visualization means imagine you are free from substances, from particles. You are made of light. seeing yourself as the mirror reflection or like a rainbow. And then in your heart, in the heart chakra, so visualize this mandala. So traditionally it's a mandala like this, one center for directions, square, and then the circle, square, and then circle. But we have to visualize like this, not horizontal. It's not vertical like this. Should be horizontal like this in your heart. And so this is easy to imagine, the mandala and the circle and then many circles, okay? Here in the heart, so visualize in the heart chakra. Everybody can see it, right? So it's like this, the light is like this.
The white is in front.
Yeah, exactly. White is the front, yellow one is the right side, green is left, and red is back. Okay. So everyone keep meditate like that. Close your eyes. Yeah, the circle, any color comes, it's okay. White color, red color, blue color. So if you cannot see many lights, you just visualize 5 lights. Like the mandala. One is in center, and then like this. One is center, and then 4 colors, different directions like this. It should be the light bulbs, okay? Like bubbles, like light bulbs. Now, in the center of your chakra, you imagine Buddha like this. And in the front, this one. So this is a very simplified union to Buddha. Your right side is this Buddha, yellow. And your back side of the heart is this Buddha. Your left side is this Buddha. So basically, the 5 Buddhas, one in the center, and 4 of them, they are facing to the center. So if you have visualization problems, use your 2 fingers, index and middle finger, like this. Index and middle finger, and put on your eyeballs and press. Slowly, slowly press down. Then you see the darkness, like the image in our textbook, like the dark page. And then you experience some lights. Some of them they are white, some lights are golden, red, blue, green. If it's hurting, don't press too much. If you don't see any lights, slowly press down. And you move your eyeballs to roll up, or look down. If you have any eye problems, if you have operation, don't press too much. And then you leave it. Keep your eyes closed. If you see some lights, you see some lights. If you see the dark space, imagine that is the Bardo, the dimension of after death. That dark space is Bardo. So Bardo is free from sunlight and moonlight. You have a feeling it's infinite space, but it's dark. But then you should know your body is a hologram, transparent. And in that body, you see your heart chakra. Circle, triangle, circle. Center and 4 directions. There are 5 colors. All colors become 5 Buddhas. They are all union the Buddhas. You're a hologram, 3D, translucid, transparent. You are seeing 5 Buddhas, or if you separate male and female, 10 Buddhas very, very clearly, male and female union. And those colors, those Buddhas, are our own energy and our own mind. Buddhas and union, called the bodhicitta, unconditional joy, unconditional love. Mahasukha, unconditional orgasmic state. Those Buddhas are free from hopes and fears, free from pain and suffering. And then around those 5 Buddhas, there are more other Buddhas. All other Buddhas are surrounding these 5 Buddhas. Then when you say Om Ahum, so remember the nature of your body, speech and mind. When you say bodhicitta, the primordial enlightened mind. Enlighten the mind. The nature of that enlightened mind. The symbol of those enlightened minds are 5 Buddhas, or all these peaceful Buddhas in the heart together. Bodhicitta. Their all nature is Mahasukha. Remember bodhicitta Mahasukha like the mantra. our mind primordially is awakened. It's always in the state of great bliss. It's free from good and bad judgments. It's in the state of jhana, jhana dhatu. It is its own state, free from space and time. The state of openness and freedom. Om Ahum Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu A. Om Ahum Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu A. Om Ahum Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu And then you visualize your throat chakra, again like the mandala. And now you visualize your head chakra. This one, your head is becoming all the fierceful deities. Again, if you need a support to see the fierceful deities or light experience, you can press your eyeballs. You can see and you can experience the lights. Bigger one, bigger one. Did you open? Now press the button. Okay. Can you show us the peaceful Buddha?
Yes, okay. You see it? Do you see the peaceful one?
Yeah, okay. We can stay here too. So now everybody look at that image from your heart level and imagine your heart chakra is open, and in your heart chakra you see all those deities. And so you look at, it's good to put, I don't know, maybe some of you are using phone. I'm using my computer. Actually, the image is exactly kind of my heart level. So I imagine, that's like, I see my heart chakra open and from the mirror reflection. Okay, so it means when I look at all the deities, like I'm imagining it's a reflection from my heart chakra. So if I open my eyes, I just look at image. But it's not there, it's a here, okay? It's not there, it's a here. And so you're good with that, and then you close your eyes, and then you feel the feeling your heart chakra is open, and you have all those deities. So time to time you open your eyes, and time to time you close your eyes. Can you see the other image, the restful, the fearful Buddhas?
Oh, okay. I think I have to go do it over again. You don't see it right. I will say, okay, stop share. Share screen. Oh, wait, that's the same one, sorry.
Oh, yeah, we had that fearful one, yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. That's the one. Oh,
Yes,
right.
yes.
You see it? You see it?
Yes,
You
yes,
do?
yeah.
You do? Okay, good.
Yes, so now everyone, like that red deity is in your third eye, okay? Not here outside third eye, you bring him in the center of your brain, and then like whole your brain is 3D, expand, and you have all these restful energies, okay? Your anxiety, your anger, your phobia, your aggression, your depression, all mental problems are liberated by themselves. Your doubts, your struggle. Do you understand? Please think of all your mental problems. I'm sure you have so many mental problems. let them manifest, and let them liberate with the fearful Buddhas. Okay? Actually, it's very interesting because scientifically, in neuroscience says all our emotions are, coming from our brain. It's like a narrow function, the brain function. Brain is producing all thoughts and feelings and emotions. And now you let it do. With Vajrayana, the good thing is don't repress, don't deny, just let them manifest. Let all your emotions manifest. And if you make your room is a little bit darker, and then if you see the screen, I think it's kind of nice. Then you see the vision in the dark, That's exactly like Bardo. Yeah, I call you request. Chi è arrivato?
Cinzia.
Ciao Marzia, come stai? I am in Bardo. Experience your brain chakra. Look at image. Look at image time to time and then close your eyes time to time.
Battery 100%. Connected to iPhone and iPhone.
Okay.
Gela discito de Chora delve.
This is the original text chanting with the drums and bells, sound, mantra.
Wonderful.
So, and the Bardo actually is talking two like scary experiences. One is light like this, the deities and strong light and so on. And second one is sound. Sound, strong mantras like a drum, thundering sound and like this. So sound and the lights are so strong, so we get scared and we try to run away, right? So that's why if we do this kind of meditation, to get used that the peaceful Buddhas are in our heart, the fearful Buddhas in our head, and we listen the kind of strong chantings and music and so on. So then in Bardo, we remember this, and then we know, oh yeah, this is Bardo, oh this is this, I should not run. You know, if you remember, you just remember, you unify with the light and sound, then you get liberated.
That's good.
So yeah, that's why I like this original Bardo, the book teaching. It says, yeah, now actually in my room I made dark like this, like Bardo. So I covered all windows. And the original Bardo training, it's really nice. Because Bardo introduction, you know, Bardo teaching is in a dark room. And then in dark room there is like a figure, you know, like a clay made like a lady. And then this lady's, the sensory organs are hollow, you know, her eyes, the place of eyes and nostrils, mouth and ears, they have a hole. Actually, this is like a statue, you know, statue of a lady, a hologram. And then in the center of this statue, we put a butter lamp, a candle, you know, candle inside of in her heart. So that, you know, it's this mandala, you know,
yes.
This. And then when you look in the dark, it's little bit looks like a ghost. In the heart, you see there is a light, so that's the clear light. And then from 5 sensorial organs, the lights are coming out. So it's a really kind of illusory, you know somebody is in dark like a ghost, somebody already passed away in Bardo. But then see her eyes, you know, light is coming. Her ears, light is coming. And her nostrils and mouth, the lights are coming. You see, as a, like ancient time, it's really like a very, very well designed, you know, very, very well designed. Yeah. And so you see that, and then in the dark, and sometimes they show some like lights and colors, and then we make drums and sound like this, like people are kind of scared, you know. In the dark, you are kind of seeing a ghost. Ghost is like kind of really alive. And then there's one child, the son of this lady. So this lady, actually in the story, the lady passed away. That's mother, you know. So his mother passed away, and now mother is in the Bardo. So she has no physical body. That's why you know, she can see through the light. She can hear through the light. Everything in like dimension of light. But then her son starts to cry. Like her son starts crying. Says, "Oh, mom, you know, oh, mom, you know, you can't leave us. And oh, mom, I love you so much. Oh, mom, you know, I'm this and that."
Right.
Like very emotional, you know, like, "Oh, mom, you know, I'm sorry. I was not good to you." You know, like a guilt and emotions. And, you know, this son is talking all these things. And especially the son says, "Mom, don't leave me. You know, don't leave us. We are not ready to live without you. And, you know, if you are not here, then who is with us?" And all this really like emotional. Okay, it's like, I call it the Bardo theater. And actually, we should play this theater, Professor. You know, I try with Zoom. Maybe it's work on Zoom. It's easier.
Sure.
And then, then she says, "Yes, my son, you know, I don't want to leave, you know, I don't want to die." And she says, "Karma, you know, I'm not in my body anymore, so I'm in Bardo." So there's a conversation. And then the master gives the Bardo introduction to the mother, you know, because the mother is already in Bardo. She's a Sipi Bardo. She's already in the dark. And then everybody is watching this. So through the watching, you receive the teaching, you know.
Yes.
Then like somebody is jumping with like mask, you know, like jumping. Drums, like boom, like these people are like scared with drums. It's a very alive, like kind of, I don't know, theater or drama.
Yes, sure.
Okay, very, very powerful one. And then the master says, "Oh, you know, you see this kind of light and this kind of mask. This is the deity. This is a Buddha. It's a peaceful Buddha. You don't need to scared, you know." So everything is coming like light and the rainbow. And this is Vajra body. This is your Vajra speech. This is your Vajra mind. And, you know, the master start to give the introduction about Bardo. Some monks, you know, they have the mask, and then they are these.
Yes.
And then it's in the dark. Actually, it's really like kind of scary. You know, your fear and emotions are coming. Then the meanwhile, also it's a very powerful kind of introduction, and really everybody understand. Or we can say that Bardo teaching, everybody is traumatized. Let's put American version. Tibetan version is called everybody is introduced to Bardo. Maybe American version is everybody traumatized with light and sound.
Yes.
Scary mask and so on. And the good thing is, once we are already in Bardo and we remember that teaching, because that teaching was so alive. That teaching was so vivid, you know. We remember it, and then we say, "Oh, this is Bardo. This is how we should do this and that." And then, you know, so they can make it. And I like this system because You know, in Tibet, is not everybody is intellectually, they can read, you know, they can understand. And many people are like illiterate. They don't know how to read, they don't know how to write and these things. So that's why this kind of theater way to give them the Bardo experience, it's really, really direct, you know. And really many people, these, you know, I met some old people, they say when they join this kind of Bardo teaching, they really feel like they went through the Bardo journey and then they never forget it. So in Bardo, it happens similar way. They know, oh, now I'm in Bardo in reality. And then they can, you know, they can get liberated by themselves.
We should get the Disney people to make a Bardo tunnel in Disneyland.
Exactly. Okay, so that's about the meditation part.
Okay.
Then in our book we have also another meditation. I think we do it tomorrow. So today we, you know,
okay.
Maybe later Christiana is guiding. She can guide again. So first the chakra and the lights, and then Buddhas and this and that, and then the head chakra. So yeah. The one you are pressing eyes, this is also one of the Bardo's method. Experience that light, right? So some people saw the lights and this and that. It doesn't matter what color you see, you know, these things. It's more like to have that experiences. Once you know there's a kind of inner light, and then you have to focus on that inner light and you meditate with that light, you know. So that's and then those lights, like here, maybe in the beginning you think, oh, it's a light, you know, it's a light. But then inside of the light, there are like syllables. You know, there are foams, and the foams, they have syllables. It means light with sounds, you know. So we call Ja Ol Sir, okay? Ja Ol Sir. First is sound, and then is light, and then the rays, you know, okay? Like sound, like some kind of vibration. We don't know this sound is coming in or out, you know, like very, very powerful sound is coming. And then that sound gives the light. It's like, I'm sometimes imagining that's like the Big Bang, you know, when the Big Bang universe opens, like there's a huge sound, and that sound of vibration is becoming a force, and then the light is coming from the sound. And the light creates the rays, and then this rays is creating the materials. So now we are leaving all the sound, light, rays, everything's underneath our physical body. And everything's kind of hidden, and they're in a very deep level. But once we are free from this physical body, and sound and light, that whole system, sound, light, and rays are coming out in nature. So that's why we can hear the sound. It's our own sound, our energy sound, our mind sound. That's why we don't know it's coming in or out, right? Light also, it's so powerful. We cannot escape from that light because it's coming from ourselves. We think it's out there, but it's coming from here. Right? And the rays, also the same thing. We think there are so many things are moving, rays, lights, this and that, but it's these lights, you know, we are the sun is inside, and the rays is coming from us. Joule system. So that's why in Bardo we need this experience of sound, light, and rays. Yeah. And so that's my explanation for today.
Okay.
And I want everybody, everybody can have this tanka, right?
Yeah, sure. I can.
So everybody can.
Justin and Wyatt can send them. Sure.
Yeah. And actually, if you put this image, you keep this. Don't print it out. Okay, don't print it out. Just keep this in your phone or in your computer. And in a dark room, you turn it on and look at this image. You know, the peaceful image is in the heart, other one is in the head.
Okay.
Look at them, close your eyes, and you know, you see outside, but it's coming in, you know. So then, you know, sometimes you look, and then sometimes you know it's in, out, and in, out, and in. And then sometimes when you close your eyes, you really feel and you see the Buddhas in your chakras. It takes some time, but slowly we get used to it. Okay, so this is the best way to do that meditation. And then also you do mantra. Also mantra, so I will record the mantra, I will send you, then people can listen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, in the beginning you just visualize the deities in the heart chakra and the head chakra, and listen the mantra. And slowly you'll get used to it. Okay, so it's like a dream. Before we go to sleep, before we dream, we have to train ourselves. So if we're well trained before we fall asleep, and then in the dream, we can do easily the dream yoga. We can easily become lucid. Same way, before we enter in the Bardo, we have to train ourselves. One day we will enter in Bardo. And then, so we remember our practices, even some deities. Oh, this is the deity I imagined. Oh, it's a real. Here is the real. Okay, this is part of myself, and you dissolve inside, and that's it. You get liberated.
Okay.
Okay, so now I think should we?
We can break.
No, should we answer the questions?
Oh yeah, right. Sure, in the chat Q&A.
Okay, Q&A. Q&A. Does person who are not familiar with this see the similar vision of Buddha, deities, and other things which are more familiar to them? Yes. It seems like this. Some people maybe they see the deities and Buddhas in a different way, but some people they don't see deities and Buddhas, only lights. But even non-Buddhists, even non-believers, it seems they can see, similar visions, okay? Because something is innate, something, we were born with this, it's our nature. We are all made of 5 elements. We are all made of sounds and light and rays, So that's why regardless you are religious belief, you are spiritual belief, you are, I don't know, you are Asian, Westerners, and for many people, this near-death experience is very similar. So I like that thing, because at the end we're all humans. We all have human bodies, human energies. That's why even we are not introduced these things, I think the visions are similar. When one experiences clear light, is it the same as having direct experience nature of mind? Yes, of course. Barbara's question. And Jane, and if one becomes aware during the Bardo to becoming, and out of compassion choose a reincarnate of a human body, how does it one's rebirth? Yes, if you are super good with Bardo yoga, you can take your life, you can rebirth, you can choose the family, parents, and what kind of person you can be, and with that person you can help many others and so on, of course. Are there specific mechanism, techniques need to know? Yeah, normally then you have to visualize your parents, if you choose, you say, okay, this family is a good family. They will give me, they will educate me, they will let me practice spiritual things, and then they will support me, then through this I can help many others and so on. So everything. Then you have to visualize the parents' house is like a mandala, and your parents is becoming male and female deity, and then their bodhicitta is coming, and then you have to enter the bodhicitta. Maybe tomorrow I can tell you that more, okay? Yeah, there's a specific way how you can navigate yourself for your next life if you want. So Dechen Lamo, which realms are the spiritual world? And sure, the spiritual world corresponds to hungry ghost. Spiritual world, Deva, some groups are in Deva, some are in jealousy god or demigod, and hungry ghost, yeah. There are 8 types of spirits. Many of them they are in Deva, many of them they are in Asura realm. And then Tobias, does 5 element color correspond to the particular Bardo per color? Yeah. That's why if you have more water elements, you see the white Buddha. That's more stronger for you. If you are fire elements, you see the red Buddha more. If you are a wind element, you see the more green one more. Yes, they have different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Is the information learned the particular color associated with the vision? If you read my book, The Mirror of Light, I think there is some explanation about that, colors and elements and their connection and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So, Domenica, how many days after this Bardo Dharmata, when we need to help and guide the dead people? So normally, right after this, it's good you do Pawa. And so professor want to do the Pawa practice one day, right?
Yes, yes.
And then, so
in
any
September.
day, when the person is dying, even before that dying process, if you can read, you can already read. But normally, once they are entered in, Bardo, you can read. But in any case, when people are in the dying process, the Bardo of Dharmata in this state, they have this, they become super intelligent. So that's why whatever you think, you guide them, they can receive.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you think, okay, if they are super intelligent, then why they cannot recognize the Buddhas, their nature? And that is because of the karmic imprint,
Mm-hmm.
the karmic imprint of bhakcha. Maria, how to see the true nature of the fear? That's probably later professor will elaborate how to see the true nature of fear.
Okay.
See, every moment of Bardo is a transition. It would be beneficial to connect Bardo, essential mantra in every moment. Yes, of course. If you see every moment as a Bardo, it's a perfect. You are mindful with every moment. Every moment we are transiting. Every moment we are changing, right? Like I said yesterday. Yesterday was the current Bardo, but today, now yesterday is past. Now we are in another day. It's another Bardo. The one we said today is already yesterday. The one we said tomorrow is today. So we are going to transit to tomorrow, right? So, of course, if you can mindfully meditate every moment, it's great. How do you figure out that the light are not part of the reality? That lights are actually our mind, and our mind is similar to similar to the dream yoga, and of course our inner light, I'm sure it will be a big future scientific topic. And so have been led to understand that between Bardo and with deities, very easy to pass without notice unless you are highly trained. Normally in the Bardo, like a dream, you get scared of the light, you get scared of somebody, you try to escape, you are always kind of having trouble, samsara issues and so on. But if you are very well trained, and then you can remember the Bardo, you can become lucid in the Bardo, and you can liberate yourself. Do we actually have 7 + 7 restful deities in human time? Yes. Normally, there are some texts says the times are kind of different, but we do 7 and 7 days. Do you practice to make sure we catch this vital phase? Yeah. That's why I guide you that meditation. The mandala from heart, you have many Buddhas. Mandala of the head, you have many Buddhas. Then you focus head and heart, and time to time you have to zoom them, zoom it, and you see also each individuals very clearly. But at least you have to say, okay, here I have 58 Buddhas, and here I have 42 Buddhas. And then they are made of light and sounds and so on. Most Buddhas are in union, and such female is attached to the male, so she seems smaller than her back is seen. Are the Buddhas in union the other way? Yeah. The male Buddhas are holding the female Buddhas. I think because of artwork, if females are a little bit smaller, it's nice art, easy to see it. And the same way, for example, Tara is a female Buddha, and she holds Amitayus, So then the female is bigger and the male is smaller.
It's
Okay.
in the Kalachakra mandala, in the speech mandala of the body, speech, and mind. The female, all 8 of the lotuses have the center, a big female and a little male wrapped around her. And also in the mind mandala in the corners. So that's the one mandala with many deities where they're both male and female versions, where the male is bigger or the female is bigger. That's one nice thing about the Kala Chakra mandala.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so normally also the, you see here, Hayagriva. This is,
Yeah.
do you see? This is Hayagriva. So the red one, the male is bigger and female one it looks smaller.
Yeah.
But there are other traditions are opposite. Vajravarahi is holding Hayagriva. Big and strong, and Hayagriva is small.
Yes.
It can go both ways, yeah. Janine, the light point chakras we discussed have front and back, also the left and right. Is it possible feel this in our body? Yes, you have to feel this body. In the beginning, we are imagining, but one day we have to feel this in our body, yes. And could help for experiential? Yes, yeah. You know, that's why I'm saying you keep the image in your computer. It's kind of light, you know, we receive light. It's very good for visualization. And then one day you don't need to look the image. You just close your eyes, you meditate. Sometimes you are in the dark and you have this kind of experiences. Actually, really, you see the Buddhas in your chakras or you feel them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible to explain the reason for experiencing spontaneous kriyas during the meditation? I have been experiencing 16 very, very strong circular rotation force and rotation left. Yeah, this is, we call it spiral. Spiral is typically like movement of the lung energy. That if everything is moving and coming, you know, make you shake or you tremble and this and that. If all these experiences are under your control, it's okay. But you are having experiences, you lose the control, you have to be careful, okay? Mm-hmm. So that's an important thing. Of course, when you see the lights, you feel the movements, energy, spiral, this and that, all they are good, you know, good experiences. But when you don't know how to control and when you don't know how to deal, these things can be dangerous too, you know. This energy can enter in a wrong channel and then can cause psychosis and, you know, schizophrenic and so on. So that's why we have to be careful. Mm-hmm. Mantra Dhatu as the world of Jana Dhatu. Yeah, the Dhatu is the space or the state. Jana Dhatu is the space or state of the wisdom, no? That's maybe Professor can explain more.
Mm-hmm. It can mean either realm or element, because the element, like the earth element, is the word they use the word dhatu, but that's also the realm of earth, and it can also mean realm. Usually, it's like a kind of realm, and vajra dhatu, dharma dhatu, and jnana dhatu is. But jnana dhatu is a special. It's the orgasmic element of the tantric way of doing when through the Mahasukha, through the great, so it's the element of great bliss, of the knowing of great bliss by becoming the great bliss and becoming the bodhicitta. That's a wonderful thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what it means.
Yeah. Okay, so then next one, I'll request to recite once more about the restful, peaceful deity mantra once more. Yeah, we'll send you the mantra recording, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Town come from Korea. It's very late there. They are already in the Bardo of night. Is not long also as short as the form of paramita?
I think that's the short actually. That is the shortest form, but I'm not sure. So it may be the long yeah?
Yeah, in the Tibetan, it's the long the and with achong.
Really? Okay, then you're right. It is the long I was thinking of it as short but it should be the long both together. So that's a new one for me. That's really good. I agree. I'm going to make sure that they have that in all the text. I had not seen that. But that makes more sense. So we'll go with that until we see. Okay? We'll verify you.
So Chris is why one has cloud aura and one is the flame. Yeah, that's the energy, you know, like Professor said that the energy is manifesting gentle way. That's like cloud aura. And one is energy is manifesting like a force, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if you say like the moonlight is more gentle light and sunlight is more like fearful way. So if you paint the moonlight and sunlight, one is more soft and gentle, one is more with power. Yeah, that's the reason. And then I have a question. How can one work with this manifestation while we are alive and in the Bardo? So when we are alive, we get trained, we do meditation, we will become familiar with this kind of deities and practices, and everything is ready in this life, and then in Bardo will manifest, and then we will become lucid. And then we can, how do you say, reunion the primordial state of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we were alive, we were in the Bardo. When we were alive, we were in the life Bardo. So,
yeah.
And the dream is a good bridge, isn't it? Also, we're working with the dream.
Okay, Professor, do you want to answer these questions? Nicola. It seems Nicholas.
I know, again, I think you have to answer. Well, this has to be answered for a specific individual by a specific teacher who is that kind of teacher. You know, in general, there are all these many different things because there are many different types of people, as you say, with many different dispositions. And the recommendation or choice of a particular way of approaching things for a particular individual, this is the job of the spiritual guru or teacher of a particular individual. And this is more Genla's job than mine. I'm just looking at the whole collection of methods. But to recommend for a specific person, this is the guru's job.
Shito deities and mantras, they will come by themselves, like spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
But then the mother clear light and son clear light, or mother and child clear light, I will explain that tomorrow. So that's from the death process. And so if we can understand that mother clear light, and then we don't need to go in the Bardo journey, you know, the deity's journey. So from this clear light, we will get liberated. But from that clear light, you cannot be liberated, or somebody, cannot be liberated, and then we do Powa. Powa is a shortcut, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, can deities and dakinis appear in the
etheric?
Etheric.
That's a way of talking about space.
Yeah, of course. Spider waving and wave of out and this and that. The meaning of an appearance. I don't understand. That's the...
Well, the spider thing is a shamanic image of the great mother energy in the Native American, some of the Native American people, very shamanic, where they're connected with animals, and that's very useful in their culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on, again, the individual, how you're conditioning.
Yeah, Bhakcha conditioning part. If you have these memories, belief, and conditions, of course, that things can manifest in your Bardo vision too. Some of this practice is related to the Yangtik practice. Yeah, of course. Bardo is very much connected to Yangtik. Yangtik is the final part of the Dzogchen practice. Of course, they are connected with Yangtik practices.
Okay.
If you know the Yangtik, you know the Bardo. If you know the Bardo, you know the Yangtik. So they are all connected.
I see. I don't know that one.
And then Jennifer, a friend died yesterday from a heroin overdose.
Ooh.
How can I use liberation mantra for him today? How can I? Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So, very often we need to help somebody who's already died and so on. So you visualize yourself if you have a deity, or otherwise you imagine yourself medicine Buddha, and then you visualize deities in the heart and in the head, and recite this mantra. Once you recite the mantra, imagine the lights are coming from your heart chakra. These lights will touch to that person, the heart lights or the head lights, and your lights are guiding this person to liberate. Wonderful. This is how you do as a meditation. But otherwise, you just read the text, So Professor translated already, so you read, okay, day 1, day 2, or maybe you just, maybe you do only once, that you just call that person's name, saying, okay, I'm, doing this for you. Listen to me, I will guide you, and you read just once. So you need a good motivation that to help that person, you read that, and somehow from your psychic power, you can transmit that energy to that person. Mm-hmm. So you can help that person through reading the book. Mm-hmm. Okay? And you have the translation professor's book, you read that. Mm-hmm. And there is a specific, one chapter is about that, reading only for them, Professor?
Yes.
So you just read that chapter or you just do the meditation and recite the mantra. Then you visualize that your deities your Buddhas are helping him, and that he will get liberated.
It's good to have a picture of him if you don't have the body, to be near the body. Mm-hmm. If you have a picture, you think he's there and you're reading to him like he's listening to you, then his mind will come there. You won't see maybe, but he will come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maria said you go to the deities and try to hug them, not hug them, to dissolve in them. It's much more than hug. If you hug, you kiss, and then you go away, it doesn't work. You have to dissolve in them. Actually, once you jump into that light, it's like you dissolve into the light. Like your part of mind dissolves other part of mind. Mm-hmm. And Corinne, in the classic Tantra sadhana, one dissolves into the clear light, but then arise again into a syllable and deity. In the Bardo teaching, there is the emphasis on the liberation, but there is a teaching on the rising and manifestation. Yeah, of course. These things are in the classical Tantra and this Bardo. If you see in a very, very crucial points, they're exactly the same. Then probably you're talking about classic Tantra, like, how do you say? Like Guya Samaja and this, and then, everything clear light dissolve, and then the clear light, and then the illusory body is manifesting as a Buddha and so on. So, yeah, it sounds, it's different, but it has the same meaning, okay? It has the same meaning. Maybe tomorrow we do that part a little bit. Professor can tell us that the relationship between clear light and illusory body.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And then when meditating on the image of chakra, specifically the head chakra, that image is some horizontal, says, or as throat and heart is chakra rotating. Yeah, there is no rotation, but sometimes you have a feeling of rotation. Okay? And all Buddhas are, horizontal, like this, Buddhas are like this, okay? Not like this, not vertical, like horizontal, yeah. And then Jim Weaver, the head chakra has a different arrangement in the heart one. And what are those differences? Yeah, the head ones are the restful ones, and heart ones are the peaceful ones. According to Professor, is the fearful ones. Mm-hmm. So normally the heart one is like our heart, emotion, kindness. The manifestations are more gentle. Because of gentleness, there is a big possibility we miss it. But then second chance is more like stronger waves, Its second one is more like a deeper. And the deeper our mind, we have fearful Buddhas. And then is like a second chance. And that is the second chance, also last chance. So the manifestation is stronger. Okay, there's a long question. Probably that's for Professor.
Which one?
Ali White.
Ali White? Okay. Yes, she's falling asleep thinking about being in the brain chakra, and then she gets loud noises. And why there are 3 wrathful deities and no white one. There's sort of skin-colored one, but there is a whitish fierce one. But in general, the white color is associated with the gentle karma, and the red color with more fierce type of karma, and also the dark blue, dark green colors are more fierce. So the white in the brain chakra is made to look more like skin color, like yellow. So the halo colors behind the Buddhas. Well, they're sort of rainbows, but each one, the different wisdoms, the 5 wisdoms, each Buddha is associated with a particular wisdom, and each wisdom is associated with the transmutation of a particular poison. Like lust, for example, as a poison, or lust, greed, that area, that's transmuted by what's called the individuating wisdom, and that connects to the red Buddha Amitabha. And ritual activities of domination and power are connected with that, etc. In other words, there's an elaborate, green is jealousy, interesting, like we have in the Western green-eyed monster, we have in the Western thing. And it is the transmutation of, that's a poison, and then that transmutes into the all-accomplishing wisdom. And associates with the Buddha Amoga Siddhi, etc., the northern direction, all this. So this elaborate thing, you can find it in Genla's small book that was sent you. He has kind of this correspondence, and there's a table of it all, I think, also in the translation, the introduction to the translation of the Book of Natural Liberation, or the Book of the Dead. So it's too long to go through them all just now, but you can look it up and get the sense of it, how they use that. Okay.
Sonia, so Yuthok's Pure Land is Medicine Buddha's Pure Land, Tanaduk.
Right. So
this we will talk with the power practice and so on.
Beautiful to behold, Yeah. Actually, this world that we live in is Shakyamuni Buddha's Pure Land, actually. That is, there's a certain sutra, Vimalakirti Sutra, that explains how that works. And Medicine Buddha, of course, Shakyamuni became Medicine Buddha, and then he showed the Pure Land element again even more graphically by showing all the medicines. Everything in nature is a medicine. So that's an easy one to get to, realizing this one is it. But there's also, there's a statement that the Sudarshana or Tanaduk is somewhere also else? Or is that really the way of seeing, really deeply seeing in a healing way, this world?
Yeah, also this world. There are 3, this Pure Land of Medicine Buddha, Pure Land where you live,
yes.
Tanadu where you live, Tanadu also your body. Our Vajra body is Tanadu too.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, there's an interior one. And the Menla, we have the ambition or the intention, the visualization that Menla will be a Tanaduk when Medicine Buddha is remembered there. And also the Pure Land Farm in Topanga Canyon is also Medicine Buddha land when people are imagining that or seeing it that way, have the insight to see it that way, the wisdom to see it that way. So and I guess in Italy, Genla's house is a Medicine Buddha land. If you know how to see it.
In the dark.
Right?
I said it's in the dark now in Bardo. So
that's right.
How long can we press the eyeballs? 2-3 minutes. Don't do it too much, okay? 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
And then, Barb, do we take this mandala peaceful and restful deities with every daily life and develop our relationship? Yeah, if you can do that, it's very good. If you can do that every day, you imagine before go to sleep in the dark, you imagine the Buddhas, then you have a connection, then you remember them. That's perfect.
Yes.
Lizette, I had a near-death experience, and based on what I've learned the past 2 days, it sounds like Bardo experience. Very good, yes. Why Buddhism can explain some people experience near-death experience, and do we come back because of karma? Yeah, I think many people, they can have near-death experience. Almost everybody, you know. It depends how and when and these things. Yes, normally we come back from this because we have still a karmic lifespan. That's why we come back. But if some people, even they have karmic lifespan and then they don't come back, okay? But mostly we come back because of karmic lifespan, yeah. What should we combine the Tummo practice with Bardo practice, Tummo practice first, then Bardo? Yes, first Tummo, then Bardo. First life, then death. First day, and then night, right? Can you say anything about Sur with the practice, the feeding the Bardo wings? Okay, maybe Sur Sang I will explain to you tomorrow. Because then the Bardo wings, you know, they don't have physical body, but sometimes they have feeling of hungry, and then we call tisa. Tisa means only they can eat the food from the smell, like they are living on aromatherapy. So they cannot eat physically, but the smell is becoming like a food. Okay, that practice is called the sur, and especially used for hungry ghosts and so on. And Domenica, when a person is clinically dead, is the Bardo of dying, and how long does it take dissolving? Five elements dissolving, it takes, it can be faster, you know. Once the external breath is finished, you know, clinically there is no breath, 5 elements dissolution is finished. And then internal. So tomorrow we will explain to you what happens once this your breath is stopped. Okay, then we call it this Nang Chel Top, the 3 main experiences. You know, this professor will explain to us, so then it will be more clear. Do we chant peaceful part mantra visualizing? No, normally it's better you do both mantras together. Is it possible to explain about Aksha and how it fits into Bardo and how we can learn negative more clearly? Navigate more clearly. Akash.
That's ether, you know, that's Indian, but it means also just plain space, depending on how one you know, Tobias has a thing going about ether and Akasha. And that's a complicated subject, but it's okay. So...
yeah, when you know how to navigate yourself in the dream or in Bardo, then it doesn't matter what kind of space or dimension you are, you know, because you can always navigate yourself. And okay, are the 49 days dark retreat also a way of bringing to Bardo? Of course, yes. You know, in the Nyingma tradition and Dzogchen tradition, we have these 49 days of dark retreat. That's equal to 49 days in Bardo. So this is the reason now I'm in Bardo. You see my Bardo? You see my Bardo? It's a dark. And okay, then Wendy, what is someone died 9 days ago? What should someone do to help to guide them? You do the mantra, visualization, and also you read the book, Bardo book. Yes. 9 days, 9 days. Normally it says if reincarnate, the 7th days can reincarnate. So if this person already reincarnated in 7 days, it's already good, already reincarnated. But in case still in Bardo, then you can still do the mantra or reciting the book. Okay. How can you figure out the deity you are related or connected with you? And that's a good question. Maybe we'll talk tomorrow. It's like how you know your partner is the right partner for you. How do you know? Right? If you meet a person, how do you know that person is your right partner, wife or husband or lifetime, right? So sometimes you know because of your gut feeling, you know because of your heart, you know because of your feeling. So that's karmic connection. Deities are like that too. Some deities are kind of attractive for you, you like it, you have a attachment and so on. So that's why one of the deities, how you choose is same way how you can choose your love of life. And then if you're not sure about that, then you should ask your gurus, Is the best time to practice Bardo meditation daily before going to sleep? Yes, Benton, yes. Tobias again, my God. I often experience constant flickering sensation in the middle and back of my head. And can you explain what is happening, please? I think you are having lung reactions, lung energy. Sometimes they can, but all these your experiences, if you know how to make them disappear, if you know how to prevent them, or they are not disturbing you, it's okay. If these experiences are disturbing you, maybe we should have a talk, okay?
Yes, that's the wind energy. You must be careful with that.
Exactly.
So,
can we have more details explanation about tankas representative, their place in tanka? Yeah, that's in the book. If you read in the little book, these tankas images are every day is manifesting in Bardo. Diana, I have heard that Mahamudra does not work without Karma Mudra. Is that true? Oh my God. Karma Mudra, you should ask Professor. Yeah, this is the expression of Saraha. Okay, Saraha is the master of Mahamudra. And he basically said, without Karma Mudra, you don't understand Mahamudra. That's his expression. But then Telopa says opposite. You try to meditate Mahamudra. If you don't understand Mahamudra, then you practice Karma Mudra. Do you understand? So somehow Karma and Maha, they are kind of how do you say?
Yes, they're interconnected.
Connected, connected. So
yeah.
Exactly, they're interconnected, okay? They're interconnected. So we have the four mudras, Dharma Mudra, Samaya Mudra, Karma Mudra, and Maha Mudra. So the four mudras are interconnected. And especially, of course, in Karjukpa tradition, the Maha Mudra is very famous. And then if you understand Maha Mudra, you understand Karma Mudra. You understand Karma Mudra, you understand Maha Mudra. So if you don't get Maha Mudra, you practice Karma Mudra. But if you don't understand Karma Mudra, you practice Maha Mudra that way. And I often say, Yuthok said, when you have energy for Karma Mudra, you practice Karma Mudra. One day when you don't have energy for Karma Mudra, then you do
Maha Mudra. Right.
Maha Mudra. That's a good.
Okay, you get a lot having connection issue there. Almost done here.
Too. Before going to bed would be for dreams. You can your dream connect. Well, is
Yes, everybody. It looks we have a little bit of a connectivity.
Maybe we come back to these, Gala. There's a connection issue a little bit.
The non-grasping, non-claiming, and non-choosing the right. You hear me now?
It goes on and off.
Yeah, Dr. Nita, your connection's very unstable.
At the moment. Oh, that now looks better. Oh, no.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's good.
Yeah, the throat deities are called the Rigzins, Vidyadharas.
Uh-huh.
So last question. Is there one, can you talk about connection with the element and sacred geometries and the platonic solid and the 5 pure lights? Yeah, maybe that's you should ask Professor.
Yeah, maybe late this afternoon we'll look at those last questions. So I think the time is gone now, and thank you, Genla.
Thank you.
And so happy birthday to Kesar from all of us.
Yeah,
Please
I'll
tell him.
check if he's here, yes.
Okay. Today is his eldest son's birthday, Kesar. I think he wants attention. and we should wish him a happy birthday, all of us. And Gesar is a great Tibetan hero in the famous epic poem of Tibet, and which people think it relates to Caesar. Sort of it came leaking over from Rome, and there may be some truth in that, but it's their own sort of warrior hero called Gesar of Ling. And he's from the country of Ling. We're almost done. Yes, sir. We're just stopping. Coming. Okay. I think maybe we lost Gela. No, he's still there. He's going to bring out Gesar's birthday. But I don't know what happened to him.
I think he's trying to get Gesar out of bed so we can wish him a happy birthday.
I see. Oh, he went to bed so early. Well, 1 o'clock. That's right. It's 7, 8 o'clock now. Yesterday we stopped again. I ran a little over answering questions. Almost done. I shouldn't have invited him. I didn't mean to wake him up. I didn't. Sorry. I just forgot that he was. It's late in Italy. It's okay, Genla. Never mind. It's all right, Genla. Never mind.
Yeah, Bob, we'll let him know if you need to go. We'll make sure to sing him happy birthday if he brings him on.
Okay. Sleepy boy. Happy birthday. It's okay.
Big boy.
Okay. Sorry to wake you up, Gesar. We just want to wish you happy birthday.
Yeah, he's ready for the party now.
Buon cumpleaños a ti. Buon cumpleaños a ti. Buon cumpleaños, dear Gesar. Buon cumpleaños a ti.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, have a great year. All the best. Thank you, Genla. So now we dedicate the merit by the merit of listening to this teaching.
Oh, one my announcement. Christiana, I think she's guiding the Monroe practice, so I think it's very good.
Okay. Yes, that's at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
Yeah,
that
everybody.
Is noon in California time, and that's 9 o'clock in Italian time, European time, more or less. Okay?
Yeah, she's going to get Monroe, so it's very good to make the foundation for Bardo yoga.
Good. Excellent. And then we'll do a few more questions after she's finished at around 4:30. All the best. Okay.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Wonderful. Gomsar. Sadhu.
Great.
Sadhu.
Thank you, Dr. Nita.
Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. So you can use that second link provided in the email to rejoin us at 3 p.m. here Eastern time. And then we will be in the meeting room, so we'll have everybody's camera on so we can do the practice together. And from there, we'll just go right into Professor Thurman's last hour to do a little bit more teaching and answer a few more questions. So we look forward to seeing you all at 3 p.m. Thank you.
This video was brought to you in part through the generous support of the Tibet House US Menla membership community and viewers like you. To learn more about the benefits of Tibet House membership, please visit our websites at tibethouse.us or menla.org.